Oscar, it is great to see you, buddy.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, man. It's been a while.
It's been a bit. It has been
Yeah,
a bit.
yeah.
I was in preparation for this. I went back to our first ever YouTube meeting,
Hmm.
and I saw less gray hair,
Yeah.
less hair, um, less wrinkles. I think I'm getting some skin tags, and
Yeah.
I was just reminiscing on that time.
Yeah, I think I had more of a jawline back then. Yeah, the re return from COVID and the regular teaching schedule hasn't been great for me. So yeah, that's where I see the biggest change.
There it is. There it is. But 5 years later, that COVID time has some jewels that came away from it and from our forced changes. This is one of them.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 5 years. Wow.
Our goal going forward is going to be to have more alumni, more of my former students on, and whenever you can get in, we'd love to have you as well.
Yeah, it sounds great, especially in the summertime when I have more time. Yeah, I'd love to drop by.
DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Hmm.
Um, what could possibly be bad about diversity? And what could be bad about equity? And what could be bad about inclusion?
There's nothing bad about these things. There's nothing bad about these things if you want organizations to work well, right? I mean, you know, look at any industry, look at any field in the economy, and very few of them are doing a good job at meeting their goals. There's all kinds of bias in education, where kids of color are not always served well by their teachers, and there's all kinds of studies that show implicit or explicit bias, towards students of color, especially Black students. And it's shown that if you have more teachers of color, more Black teachers, you will have all students do well. And the question then is, well, how do we create a pipeline of teachers of color, for example? Do you have recruitment, programs? Do you have scholarships programs? Do you actively look for seniors applying to college who are interested in education, and then you consider the racial backgrounds and ethnic backgrounds? And that's traditionally what DEI programs have done. They actively seek people from different backgrounds to make their organizations succeed. That's only bad if you're intentionally miscommunicating what DEI is.
So it seems like the administration is trying to characterize DEI as being racist at the expense of white men.
Yeah, they're trying to make it seem like you're only hiring people because of their race, only hiring you because they're Black, because I'm Mexican. Otherwise, the idea is that we're totally unqualified. We're hired for those reasons, which means that we're taking the job of a qualified white male. That seems to be the view. So it's
So
inherently unfair.
that's the angle.
Yeah,
But there are other groups besides uh, ethnic groups and genders that are included in the inclusion part.
sure.
Um, we have groups like people that have disabilities.
Yeah.
We have people that are part of the LGBTQ plus community,
Veterans.
veterans.
Hmm.
We have seniors.
Hmm.
We have our aging population, and there are laws that are there to prevent them from being phased out or fired because they are aging.
Yeah.
The current administration is threatening to withhold federal funding from institutions that don't get rid of DEI programs.
Right. A lot
Um,
of those things will be cut up in the courts as well. So there'll be lawsuits and those things will change, by the week or so.
and there's multiple lawsuits right now. Federal judges are making statements, many of them related to how that DEI is not defined well by the administration,
Mm.
and so it's hard to enforce things when the administration hasn't defined DEI well.
Right. Right.
Um, as we look at diversity, equity, and inclusion, I think no matter what, and I think I said this 4 or 5 years ago, we are a capitalist society.
Hmm.
Change happens because of money.
Hmm.
People spending or not spending is where change tends to happen.
Yeah.
And so what has followed is boycotts.
Yeah.
And some of the companies that got rid of their DEI programs as soon as uh, Trump did it federally were McDonald's, John Deere, Harley, Target. Now, John Deere, I don't know if DEI was is necessarily. I'm surprised John Deere even had a DEI um, office or position. McDonald's, it's a surprise they're getting rid of it. Harley, also kind of surprised.
Hmm.
But Target,
Right.
being diverse and inclusive, is Target's brand.
And Target really was supported by a lot of people of color, especially Black people, especially. And in general, a lot of these companies were quick to roll out their DEI programs during the Black Lives Matter protests. So and they were celebrated for doing that. And it seems to be that they didn't ever really care about it. It was about making money, and they saw where the wind was blowing, and they rolled out these programs, including companies that maybe didn't have obvious reasons to do it. Maybe John Deere or these other companies. Maybe that's when they began, but the political winds have shifted, and they went ahead and did what they wanted to do anyways, which was abandon those programs.
So, one of the biggest laws of business and capitalism is to diversify.
Hmm.
And diversify and diversity are pretty related terms. Getting rid of diversity seems like it's bad for business. Why would you not want a larger, why would you not want a larger potential client base?
Yeah, you would think if you want to make money, you want to understand the market you're trying to target, right? And if you want to understand the culture of the people you want to sell to, then it always helps to have representatives of those populations you're trying to target, whether it's generationally, interest-wise, ethnically, immigrant generation, disabilities. You want to make sure that you're making products, you're communicating to people in ways that will motivate them to spend money with your company. That's just common sense.
How do we use our money? How do we use our buying power to influence what we want? How do we use our buying power to serve us?
Mhm.
Should I be going to Amazon? No. Should I be going to Walmart? No. These are alternatives that are worse
Yeah,
from a DEI standpoint.
yeah.
What I would suggest is to think about who values your money and where could you be proud to spend your money.
Mhm.
And so the direction that I would suggest is local, small businesses. If small businesses serve your need, we should probably always be shopping at small businesses. If you can buy local for your food, it's probably going to be fresher. It's probably going to be healthier.
Mhm.
If the amount, and now that we're looking at tariffs, if you're buying local or you're buying small business, a lot of times there are reasons why small businesses may be a little bit more expensive if you're looking at clothes or other small businesses. Sometimes it's more expensive. Things are handmade, it's more time consuming. But what these tariffs are doing is just maybe making them closer in price,
Yeah.
maybe making items closer in price because some of the other items were made overseas.
Mhm. And if that means you're just conserving more money, because I mean, were people going to Target because they needed every single thing they were buying there? No. So it's also okay to pull back on your spending a little bit. And then, yeah, when you do buy something, yeah, if you can buy local, if you can buy with companies whose missions you support a little bit more.
One of our alumni that we interviewed, Wall,
Hmm.
is he talked about how he started cooking soul food in the dorms at Chico.
Hmm.
Well, he's in San Diego now. And so that McDonald's money could be going to his homemade creations.
Oh, yeah.
So I plan on actually interviewing him again to talk a little bit about that. Another one of our alumni, Roberto, works at a farmer's market,
Mm.
or it's called the Farmers Market. It's in Mission Gorge, and it's like a mom and pop grocery store that's owned by the employees. So it's owned by the employees. Their produce is local,
Hmm.
and they give a 10% teacher discount. So I mean, healthier food, cheaper food,
Hmm.
and I'm happy where my money is going.
Right. And the money, exactly, because the money's not going to investors. It's not going to the stockholders. The money's going to the people that own the business. It's staying in the community. It's not just being sucked out. So yeah, all the reasons to shop there.
The culmination of all of this is that we are planning on having an event that features some of these small businesses. Some of them are passion projects.
Hmm. Hmm.
And some of them are full-fledged small businesses. And so we're planning on featuring them in June. Pegasus, the other organization that I'm a founder of,
Hmm.
we are going to have our Pegasus event at the Farmers Market Mission Gorge.
Nice.
And we are going to have Wall come there and actually cook some of his food and give everyone a chance to see these passion projects
Hmm.
slash side hustles slash small businesses. So that way we all have a place where we can spend our money and be proud. We can speak with our dollars. We can vote with our spending because we are in a capitalist society.
And so I think that's a great way of starting and rebuilding community, thinking about who you support economically, and making those connections to real people locally.